Hey, how's it going, everyone? We had a top 250 finish last season. I think we ended at 214. That was the last time I saw it. But this means we're automatically invited to the qualifier tournament. We don't have to play in those qualifier play-ins, which will be nice. And I just wanted to make a quick video on everything I've learned about going for top 250. Alchemy as a format, and Esper control, which was fantastic, by the way. First off, one of the biggest things I noticed about playing Alchemy is just the ladder experience felt easier for some reason than other formats. I couldn't tell you why that is. Maybe I ran into more decks that, didn't have all the rares they needed for their lands, or people playing tier 2, maybe even tier 3 decks in Mythic. And it just felt like the overall level of play wasn't as high as other formats like Standard or Explorer or Historic. I definitely think that if I just only wanted to go for top 250 finishes and that's all I wanted to do, I think Alchemy would be the best format to go do that in. I know that Alchemy has a lot of negative opinions, and I shit on Alchemy as much as anybody else. I thought it was a format I would never enjoy, I would never want to play. But I gotta say, playing this Rusko deck, I've actually enjoyed my time in Alchemy, and that's something I never thought I'd say. But I think a lot of that is just due to Rusko being such an insane card. So this is the Esper control list that we used on the ladder. Our win rate is very nice. We're 73%, that's 127 to 46. And there was several iterations of this deck, but this is finally where I got all the numbers just how I like it. This entire deck revolves around Rusko, which in my opinion is just the best card in Alchemy. Getting the Midnight Clock puts a lot of pressure on the opponent to find an answer for it or end the game before they can get to 12. And then Rusko's other ability of putting a counter and draining is so huge in this format. There's a lot of mono red decks out there and a lot of aggressive decks, so you can really end the game quickly with the life drain. We are only playing one Oracle of the Alpha, and I think this card is not that great. Like, if I cut this card, I don't think I'd be sad about it, but I think having one against other control decks is kind of important when you start shuffling your Ancestral Recall and Time Walks into your deck with Rusko. But the other cards like Time Twister, it's not great letting your opponent draw 7 cards, but in some situations, maybe if you have Shieldred out or something and you're playing against mono red and you're dead, then maybe Time Twister can be good in a situation. Black Lotus and the Moxes are okay. They're fine when you have Rusko out and you just need some cheap ways to drain the opponent, but they don't do much for you unless you're just really mana hungry. And really the finisher in this deck is Shieldred and the Ring. Once you have these two out, it's pretty hard for the opponent to win the game after that. And there are some other cool stuff you can do with Shieldred, like if you can get the Midnight Clock to 12 and you have Shieldred out, well, that's a lot of life you're going to gain. You can gain 14 life. Portent is the other all-star card in this deck. Both sides are very powerful, exiling a creature, and then most of the time you're playing the first little pig because you need to get rid of a ring or a Midnight Clock or any artifact or enchantment the opponent has. There are quite a bit of playable artifact and enchantments in this format. Second little pig is usually your next choice, and then third little pig is the one I never use. The reveal card you're playing as island cycling 99% of the time. I feel like it's been pretty rare that I've played this for 5 mana to draw the cards. Usually you just need help mana fixing with this deck. The biggest problem with this deck is definitely the mana. I think having Captivating Crossroads really helped. I could even say going up to 4 would be fine in this deck. I think the worst matchups for this deck is blue-white control. When they get a bunch of counters in their hand, it's pretty hard for this deck to beat that. And also the Insidious Roots deck is pretty difficult for this deck to deal with. We don't have a lot of graveyard hate, so if they can get Tyvar going, it's pretty hard for us to come back from that one. And I did want to talk about just going for top 250, how much I decayed, things like that. So I did take some screenshots of decay. With 39 hours left in the season, we were at 144. And then down to 24 hours, we dropped to 165. 20 hours, 172. 13 hours, 185. Almost 7 hours, 195. About an hour after that, we went to 197, 3 hours and 38 minutes, we were at 204. And then lastly, with just a minute left, we finished at 214. So in the last 24 hours, we went from 165 all the way to 214. So we lost a total of 49 points in that 24 hours. So if you're looking to have a top 250 finish, then you do have to get pretty high up there before the season ends, unless you want to try to play some games until the very end. And the last part of this video is just going to be a game that I thought was probably the best game I've had all season with this deck. So check it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Not having white is pretty risky here. I gotta keep this. I mean, if I don't draw the white, that's really sad, but this hand is so good. There it is. It's like, maybe it won't matter if they're playing control. Which I guess they are. Again, not what I want to play against. I'm gonna go Oracle here. Do you have a counterspell? Yep. Alright. Maybe they just go Rusko here and then I go Rusko. No Rusko. Well... I need them to play something. It's a terrible card to reprieve. Okay, I guess they're playing a Jin deck, which is interesting. They got another counterspell. I mean, there's not much I can do about that. A ransom. I think I could reprieve ransom. Meh. I don't want them to have any of these cards, to be honest. Yeah, I'd probably take the Oracle too. Alright, well, Mirix is good if they just want to set. I think this is going to be a pretty impossible matchup for us, honestly. Like, my deck doesn't beat all these counterspells. I'm gonna go for Porton here, see if they want to counter. Maybe I should get lost first, actually. Do they have a negate? Definitely should have get lost first. Alright, well, they're tapped out now, so I can at least get a Rusko down. And hopefully that's hard for them to deal with. An alpha that costs 2. They got a lot of power 9 in their deck now. Again, I want them to tap out, so I gotta pretty much throw away this Portent. I mean, they don't have to counter it. If I were them, I wouldn't counter it. This is definitely a bait spell. So I can play a ring. But there is value to countering it where I don't get like the other side of this. You did say I was over. Yeah, I did say I was overdue for a loss, so this might be it. This definitely might be it. But actually, I feel like we're kind of in an okay spot. Hopefully, they just don't draw a bunch of time walks. Prankster's gonna help them find that. Alright, I guess they get a reveal. It's pretty good. Draw 3 cards. They left it on top. Alright, Black Lotus is good if they found a counterspell. Okay, that's a lot of oracles. Oracle's pretty horrible for me. Definitely gonna Sunfall next turn. Another ring, hello. Alright. I think we're okay. Again, it just depends on how many like time walks they draw. Ancestral Recall, you know. Assuming they got Shieldred in their deck. They've drawn a lot of cards. Alright, I don't mind them playing that now, actually. I mean, if I don't draw a removal spell, I'm going to want a Sunfall, so I don't think I'm going to activate my Incubator token. I think we just play another Rusco. The plan is just to, you know, out-card advantage them. Yeah, there's Recall. Really surprised they haven't found a Time Walk yet. This is probably it. They had to find one by now. They have a Rusco, okay. Got 2 Portents in the graveyard. No Time Walk, please. This game's definitely getting tricky. I mean, priority 1 is get rid of their Midnight Clock. That's not gonna do it. Wow, there's a lot of lands. I think I'm just gonna play a ring before it gets shuffled back in. One, two, three, four, five, six. Well, there's Children. I've been looking for you, Children. Oh, no, I shouldn't have played this. I should not have snap played this. Because if they have a counter, which they do, I wanted to be able to play it with a bunch of mana available. Shit, that's a mistake. But, you know, I did want to gain a bunch of life with Midnight Clock. No Portent. Damn it. I cannot let their clock go. I made it to 125 tonight. I really hope that's good enough. That's really good. That's really good. I don't know if it'll be good enough. Maybe check it tomorrow and just see where you're at. But I assume there's a lot of people playing right now. What deck have you been playing, David? Oh god, they're just trying to flip their clock. No, if they get a time walk here, that sucks. Oh, don't let there be a time walk in here. It's Time Twister. They took Time Twister. Interesting. Oh no, do they? Are they gonna be able to burn me out? No time walk, or no, another Time Twister, okay. Oh my god. Stop having mana. Stop having mana rocks. Oh, I get another turn. I guess I have to play a ring. What a crazy game. So I guess I can hold up Portent, No More Lies. I definitely don't want to let the shields down here. Oh, you're playing Yawgmoth in Historic? Nice. That's a deck you can play in Timeless too, right? That is a deck I do not know how to play. Definitely lost to it a lot. But I feel like that's a deck that definitely takes some practice to get really tight with. You have all the cards. There's Time Walk. I knew it was just a matter of time. A ransom. Do I want to reprieve this? Alright. Figured they would take the gen. So they have black, black, blue, black. So 3 blacks and a blue. Oh no, actually I should not reprieve this. That was a mistake. Well, actually maybe it's fine. No, it's fine. It'd only been bad if they had the ability to replay it, which they don't. I've seen Timeless Version, but I don't have a lot of cards. I played a lot of Birthing Pod in the day. I remember Birthing Pod. That was Birthing Pod in Modern, right? I mean, that was something that got banned eventually, right? They went. Why didn't they attack? I don't really want to lose. I don't want to lose life to the ring. This has kind of been a tough game, honestly. I mean, we're going to draw a bunch of cards again. So I think I want to play this. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, they have so much mana. They have all these. I think they still have 2 more time walks too. I don't know if it's worth using this Sunfall though. Seems kind of bad. Just debating attacking with the Fortress. Then I don't have access to black if I do that. Alright, I guess I didn't tap very well. Alright. Too many lands. Way too many lands. What's the card you want? Or maybe they just want to make this bigger? Yeah, nothing like getting your modern cards banned after you spent like $500 to $800 on a deck. Definitely happened to me a few times. I'm kind of nervous to activate this ring. Fuck it. Way too many lands. I don't think No More Lies is gonna really do anything at this point. Alright, well, another ring was good. You got it. Well, if I try to play cut down on this, they can just return it to their owner's hand, and then they can play the other ability on it, so I think I just let that happen. Like, I'm kind of surprised they went for this play instead of just returning it to their hand, trying to find a time walk or something. Or anything, really. I think do both? Oh, that's annoying. They have like infinite mana, so it's not like Reprieve really does anything. Ransom and a time walk. That sucks. I mean, I would think you would take the ransom. Like, I don't know if time walk's actually good in this situation. Pretty tempting to take, though. I guess it depends on what else is in their hand. Yeah, they took the ransom. And they took the edict and the trickery. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to Sunfall here. I played so many rings this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 more mana. You know, if they don't have a removal spell for Shieldred, then this game is going to be over. Yeah, that's going to drain you. Time Walk. I'll still have protection. I feel like essentially that was a draw card. I guess they can loot again too. That's actually pretty risky how much they're draining themselves here. But I guess if you have to find an answer for Shieldred, then that's what it is. There's a ransom. Another ransom. How do we split this? I mean, I don't care if they have Rusko, really. I mean, actually, this is pretty good. I feel like Prankster is probably the better card. So they can get a lot of value off that. What does the fourth ring do? It drains 3. Actually, that could be trouble. Wait, did I just fuck up? Maybe I shouldn't gave them the Rusko, because now they could just maybe just drain me out. Ah, shit. I might have lost to that. Oh my god. They were holding all this. Alright. Just to cut down, okay. No time walks. Okay, their last card was a land. I feel like maybe we're good. Do they have enough to draw? To put this to 12? Seven. 1, 2, 3. I mean, we're gonna play Shieldred, and they're gonna kill themselves from this thing. Crazy game. Oh man, what a game. I guess that's gonna go to 10. Or 11, sorry. And they drew a land. Yeah, we said good game. Oh man. Can you stop these triggers? They're just gonna make us sweat a little bit longer, I guess. It's gonna be so sad if they find something that could work. I mean, why say good game if you're gonna make me sit here through this? Alright, thank God. Oh man. What a game.